have a present for you.
Oh, I love presents.
I know, look it.
Oh, it's beautiful. I like it. It's heavy.
Yes.
Like really heavy. Ooh. Super cute.
All right. So,
That's joy.
I know, I gave her a little bit of joy. So it's chocolate cake mix with,
butterscotch?
yes, there you go. Butterscotch chips to make chocolate butterscotch cookies.
Ooh, super fun.
I know. So we're gonna talk about mason jars today.
Aww.
Yeah, and one of the popular things is giving gifts in mason jars. You like layer fun things in it, and you put the little tag, this you would add a couple eggs and water and blah, blah, blah.
Anyway, so there's lots of things that have been around over the years, and I think mason jars have only grown in popularity.
Oh my goodness, yes. It's like it's a style and a taste of decorating on things like that. Like mason jars go far beyond canning things.
Right, so let's start the basics first. Canning. Hello, it is canning season. So,
so I'm totally gonna call out my friend makes homemade apricot jam from like the real apricot trees that she has and stuff. It's so good. I love apricot jam. So Joe Nellie's Jellies is what she calls it. Isn't that cute?
Super cute.
I know. So this is her homemade apricot jam that she mailed to me from Phoenix. So canning jar through the mail did not die.
Okay, it survived. That's a great sign right there.
It did.
And there's lots of different sizes and choices, and on a mason jar you're gonna have different measurements also, which is really handy and nice. I can freezer jam every year in the spring, and my children eat it way too fast.
Right?
Every time.
I can salsa in the spring summertime-ish, and it disappears just faster than I can make it.
Exactly. So there's the cute little tiny guys all the way up to the big fat guys, and they're different shapes from more wide mouth guys.
So here's a wide mouth that's got a huge lid to it, and then the other one can actually like fit inside.
Yeah.
So you have a wide mouth and a narrow mouth.
So it just depends. I guess whatever you like, what you want, what you're going for, but it's nice to have it. You just stick them in the freezer, or if it's salsa, you finish it and you just keep them on the shelf, and then you have your stuff. Canning is super useful, super awesome. I recommend canning, even though it's a lot of work.
It is, but it's so good. We love it so much. So one of the things that my daughter likes about the measurements on the side is she likes to drink out of these.
Okay. So and that's also really popular, is to use them as cups. So there's another segue, yay!
Because they're so thick that when you put ice in it, they stay colder longer.
Okay.
So it's not like a Yeti cup, but like sitting down on the table, like it does it. And so because it has measurements, she can make her like her lemonade. So she knows how much of whatever she needs to make a thing of lemonade in one of these. So she knows where to fill it up and how much lemon juice and how much sugar and stuff to add into it. So then she does that. So that's super useful to have the measurements on the side. Also, because the Ball Company and other companies that make the canning jars, they're cluing in that we're loving canning jars.
Yes.
So now they're making accessories. They have screw-on lids that you can put straws in and stuff. And then they have this awesome pour lid. And I'm gonna, like my friend Brenna gave this to me to use when I do things for her children. But it's got an opening on it so you can actually pour out of a canning jar, because these lips aren't made to pour out of on a normal canning jar. So now you just screw this sucker on top of it and you can pour out, and it doesn't make a mess of whatever's in there. Super helpful.
Right. So some of my complaints, I guess, about using it to drink out of is I don't like the serrations. I think they're annoying. But again, it is a style thing too, and so maybe more decoration could be your thing. And I would say kind of that chic farmhouse.
Right. And speaking of decoration,
so here we go.
Here's a vase, just simple. I threw some flowers in it, and you just throw. Then here you go. Now you have a little jar to put your flowers in. One bouquet can be separated between 3 of these. I used the small mouth jar so that it would look fuller.
Yeah, it holds it in.
Yep, so there's one decoration. Another decoration is I threw some sand in the bottom of this, and I did it for for Valentine's Day, and then it just stayed in my house because I love the color red. So it like worked for Halloween and everything else. So I just throw sand in it and a candle.
All right, so this was a project that Tiffany and I did a few years back. So I don't know, my little candles are kind of dying. Whew, she almost totally dropped my thing on the floor. Okay, so this is spray painted, it says boo, and this one has a ghost on it. It's kind of hard to see, but so this is another cute Halloween thing for fall. and they're super cute to have out on the mantle or somewhere. Just don't forget to have nicely bright lights inside.
Right? Well, and if it's dark in the house,
yeah,
you can even put a real candle in there because it'll be a little bit brighter than the little mechanical candles or whatever, and you can totally see the words and the things on it. So we just taped things on the inside and then spray painted them, and boom, done. Super simple and easy.
Yeah, super simple, like seriously, like dollar store ribbon, like seriously, a couple dollars for the whole project because we already had the canning jar.
Right, so they're also good for keepsakes.
Yeah, speaking of,
so this is a little jar of sand from Galveston Beach. And here's another friend of mine, Rainey. This jar is for you.
Tiffany is name dropping up the wazoo here. You ladies better like this video.
Right, you all better be subscribed because I'm calling y'all out on this one. So my daughter picked up a whole bunch of sand when we went to Galveston Beach, and then she was talking about it. So my friend Rainey collects sand. So my daughter put it in a canning jar for her, put a little cute ribbon around the top, and I'm supposed to mail it to you, Rainey.
It's not in the mail.
It's been over a year, maybe 2 years.
Sitting right here. It's so cute.
I love you. It exists.
She even came to your house. You even had to hand it to her.
Right, you came over and didn't pick it up. That's a whole nother story. Right. But anyway, so keepsakes, like you can see through it. There's a cute little seashell inside of it. So it's good, like people put all sorts of
cute things.
Cute keepsakes. I've seen like all the little like micro machines or little Legos that you keep for you, like a keepsake to give back to your children someday, to be like, these are things that you played with. There's so many.
There's so many tons of ideas out there, people, tons. Now, maybe on the more practical side.
Right, it always comes back to food because it's a canning jar, right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with some food. So like, this was a homemade recipe for like some chocolate chia seed pudding, and so now I can just pour it out of my canning jar. It's super easy once you make it because then you can just shake it up because it has a nice firm lid on it. Really handy. I mean, it's really hard to say that they're not good for food. Right?
They go in the refrigerator, they store really well. Here's a dry one, because then this just sits on my counter. And this is my mock oatmeal.
Healthy oatmeal.
My non-oat oatmeal. Yes, my non-oat oatmeal. I was like, what do I call that? Anyways, but this stays on my counter, and then I just pour it in a bowl for my husband and add the almond milk to it and heat it up, and now he's got his oatmeal that has less carbs and calories and more protein. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about. But, so, food storage in the fridge, out of the fridge.
Yes.
To give to somebody, right? To store in a pantry.
Right, there's so many choices. So, when we first started talking about canning jars, I'm so sorry, I'm totally voting stupid, okay? Because, one, if you don't have your own, which, you know, a lot of us kind of have them or handed down, and so you have a kind of storage supply of them, if you were to go buy them, they're not that cheap, okay?
And you know that we're penny pinchers. We thrift store all the time, so.
Now there's a few hints. If you're gonna go find them, go look at the thrift stores.
Yep.
Go to Goodwill, Salvation Army, go to the estate sales. Go to the estate sales and find them. But if you're gonna go to the grocery store or try and get them brand new, I don't recommend that. I think that's kind of a waste of money.
Yeah.
So for that, it's kind of like, really? I don't want to have to go spend more money to invest in it. Like our decoration ideas, it's like, okay, I totally had $2 to donate to this project. I didn't even feel bad about it. And okay, so those are just 2 I'm down. So when I go to make my jam, well, I don't have those 2 jars anymore, but I still have enough for what I make, so it's just fine.
Right.
I'm still not gonna go out and buy more jars for this. But if you have them and you weren't sure what to do with them, or if you just love them so much and you want to spend your money, I don't care. I just don't know that I would go hunt them down unless I'm doing some massive canning.
Right, well, and I think that's also why it's become like a style or an aesthetic theme for you to like make an effort.
Yeah.
There are so many things on Pinterest and so many websites about what you can put in a jar or how to decorate a jar. Like, there are amazing things and they are way cute. I could spend $1 million on decorating my house in canning jars, and my husband would be like, I can't sleep on that. I can eat what's in it though, but.
My husband would be like, what's all this crap around my house?
Yeah, you would.
I love you.
But like as a gift though, like.
It's a purpurposeful thing too.
Right, so if you did buy
awesome jar, yeah, she totally took back.
Because we just talked about how expensive they are. You don't get to keep my jar. I did not buy the Josh Spoon. I love you. You won't even eat what's inside here.
I won't. It's so funny.
So that's why I did it, so it wasn't appealing to you. Anyway, so maybe as a gift you'd go buy a pallet of them because it's Christmas time and you're willing to spend that money to make the cute, thoughtful gift.
Right, it is thoughtful, it's creative. You have to put your own effort and time, your own ingredients.
So that. I don't know, stupid, useful, how do you weigh in on it?
Let us know, just comment if you think it's stupid or useful. How many canning jars do you use? Where do you find your canning jars? Yes, and comment other ideas of other things you maybe would like to see us like hunt down for you.
Right? We didn't show my favorite candy jar.
Her favorite.
This is my favorite. It's so cute and wee. I should fill it up with something because you can't even see it. It's so clear in front of my shirt. Oh, there you go. Right there. There you go.
Super cute. Nice.
All right, so like, subscribe. Anybody that I name dropped, you better have already been subscribed to this. And let us know what you think of it. My sister, this was one of her ideas that she wanted to see what we would do with canning jars. So Tamara, like and subscribe.
That's
and
right.
Tell us what you do with your canning jars, because my sister buys the, like, she goes antiquing and things like that and buys like the old blue ones that are even thicker than these and can last through just about anything. So she does amazing things with them and decorating her house. So
right, we love all the ideas. We want fun input, and you know, you want to keep seeing us, then keep liking, because there's only so much effort here, people.
All right, we'll see you next time.
You look so tall today.
I am tall today because I didn't take off shoes. You didn't get that part because I'm taking this home with me. Actually,
she's so mean. She totally
and didn't give her.